E whakawhetai ana ki te kaihanga, e mihi ana ki te tangata. Te kaihanga, e nā koe, e whakanui, papatua neku, tēnā korua. Inga mate, haere, haere, haere. E te honga ora, e te hau kainga, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Assalamu alaikum, shalom, and peace and blessings with everyone who is gathered here for this Friendship and Dialogue Dinner, the 14th such, hosted by Pearl of Islands Foundation. I'm really pleased to be here. Can I just start with a few acknowledgements? Firstly to my parliamentary colleagues who are here, and I've just glanced around, so I hope I haven't missed anyone, but the Honourable Priyanka Ranakrishnan, who will be speaking later on, my Labour colleague Deborah Russell, Ricardo Mendes March, from the Green Party. Have I missed anyone around the room? Great to have you here from across our Parliament. Our Deputy Mayor Desley Simpson, Ela Kumar from the Kuki Tāpapa Local Board, and other local government representatives who are here with us. Our community and faith leaders, and of course Pearl of Islands Foundation yourselves. I acknowledge your leadership and your work to bring people of goodwill together for dialogue, not just at these events but throughout the year. And I do particularly wish to acknowledge for our friends in this room who have whānau and loved ones in Turkey, the devastating earthquake, and we've just heard about the scale of that, which we can scarcely imagine here at the moment. So our hearts are with you, and I'm sure those of us who are here will be willing to support in practical ways as much as we can as well. The list on the board demonstrates that I'm to blame for an awful lot in our country. And one of those new areas is what's happening in our wonderful city of Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland. And it's been a tough few years for our city. I think all of us who live here and love this place feel that way. We've had pandemic, let's hope we have another one, lockdowns, flooding, cyclones. We've had a lot of not just one tornado, multiple tornadoes over the last few weeks. And for those of us from the Abrahamic faiths, this feels suspiciously like there might be something else, frogs coming down from the sky, or locusts, or something like that. And one of the things that I reflect on a lot at the moment is that those hard times can sometimes harden hearts. We are experiencing in our city and our country at times and in different ways the stresses of those last difficult few years. Sometimes in different places around our community, people are more tense. We have issues with mental illness. People get angry more quickly. They react more strongly. This isn't healthy in a society, but it's a natural human reaction to facing stress and difficulties and worry over a prolonged period of time. Like most things, there's no instant switch that you can do to deal with those issues. But I think that the work of organisations like Pearl of Islands Foundation and those themes of friendship and dialogue, that's the work that we all have to do. This city and this country have so much going for us. And one of the things that we are intensely proud of in Tamaki Makaurau is the fact that we have developed into a mature, inclusive, multicultural city in which people of different faiths, backgrounds, of all kinds are welcome, are included. We don't just tolerate one another, we share things that are important to each of us with one another, and we recognise that collectively we are better off and we are stronger for that. And I do think that one of the remedies for those difficult times and some of the stresses that has put upon our people is to remember those strengths that we have, to continue in dialogue and to continue building new friendships. And so I really do want to acknowledge Pearl of Islands Foundation for just continuing this quiet but important work of bringing people together and encouraging dialogue and being ever willing to learn from one another and build a stronger and more cohesive society. The other thing I wish to especially acknowledge today is that due to the particular rhythm of these important celebrations across our communities, over the last week we have had the confluence of Ramadan, Easter and Passover, in which all of the people of our Abrahamic faiths have been experiencing some of the high points and most important spiritual and cultural events on our shared calendars. And as we know from the reading that we had before, there is far more that binds us together, far more shared history and faith and culture than there is that divides us. And so again, I just acknowledge the opportunity to come together at events like these and be reminded of that. And that is so important. The final thing that I wanted to say in recognition of the period of Ramadan, and again, this is something of a remedy for some of the challenges we've been through as a country, is that I think often when people think about Ramadan, the first thing they think about is the fast. It's the thing that stands out. But what I'm always reminded of when I hear from faithful Muslims who are in this period, it is also the spiritual reflection and also the call to consider and to walk alongside those who are in need and are experiencing difficult times. And I think that is something that we can all reflect on and all learn from in this period. So again, I thank the Pearl of Islands Foundation, all of the workers and volunteers who have brought us here tonight. Your work is not unnoticed by all of us. We thank you very deeply for it. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.